which to me is just insane. I think Chanel is completely out of touch with what their value is and where they're at when it comes to the perception of the brand. Hey guys, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be chatting about my 2021 luxury wish list, pieces that I would love to add to my collection at one point this year. And surprisingly, my list isn't as extensive as it might have been a couple of years ago, which means that all of these pieces have earned their spot, and I know that I would love and use every single one of these. So if you want to see the luxury items that I'm hoping to track down in 2021, then please keep on watching. I'm sure it's not going to be a shock to you to hear that most of the pieces on this list are from Hermes, but I try to pick pieces that I have not talked about before. Obviously, I have done, I believe, 2 different wish lists at this point, one for 2020 and one for Christmas. So I tried not to repeat myself, even though some of the pieces are still on my list for the year. And if you would want me to do sort of a reaction video or sharing my thoughts and an update on my previous wish lists, then absolutely let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. I think it could be quite a fun video to do, just so I can let you guys know which pieces I ended up picking up, which pieces I ended up giving up on or no longer like, which are the ones that were my decision not to pick up, or which are the ones that were just not in my cards. So definitely let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. I can absolutely do an updated video on my previous wish lists. So I try to make sure that all the pieces in this video are kind of fresh and new. And the first piece is actually one that we talked about not too long ago, just I think one video ago, which is the Constance Slim Wallet. This is a piece that I talked about in my last What's New from Hermes video, because this is a piece that's launching for Spring/Summer 2021. And I've actually seen this pop up here and there on different websites from Hermes. And I also know that some of you guys have been able to pick it up from boutiques. So it's definitely a piece that's around now. So if you're interested, be sure to let your local store know. And the Constance Slim is essentially the 3rd edition to the Constance wallet line. There were 2 Constance wallets previously, the original long wallet and then the compact version. I've always liked the long version of the Constance wallet, but I felt it was a little bit too large to be used as a wallet inside of other bags. I would have definitely used it on its own as a clutch bag. And then the compact wallet, on the other hand, I felt was not small enough to be a card holder, but not big enough to be used as a wallet for me. So that was never really an option. But the new Constance Slim is just the perfect size and shape, the perfect structure for, I think, essentially a card holder with the Constance mechanism on the front. I think it's just perfect. It's a little bit smaller than the Constance compact wallet, and it's a lot thinner, obviously, as the name suggests. But unlike the Constance compact wallet, it doesn't come with different divisions and pockets. It only has 2 little slots for cards on each side. And then it also comes with a little removable pouch that you can obviously use for coins or keys or cash or whatever you want to use it for. And another fun fact about the Constance Slim is that it comes with a little belt loop on the back. So if you want to wear this as a belt bag, you absolutely can, and they make it really easy for you. You can also attach a shoulder strap or maybe a chain to the back of the wallet, which I think I would like to do. So I'm excited to add this to my collection and play around with this. And if you're interested, as I mentioned, be sure to let your local store know that you're interested, because it should be dropping pretty much any day now. And I have been seeing it pop up here and there on different websites, so make sure that you keep your eyes peeled. I've only seen it in black, in the color gold, and then a couple of different shades of pinks and reds. So those are the colors that I've seen them in, and I'm sure as time goes on and it becomes more popular, they will eventually launch them in new colors as well. The next piece that I would love to add to my collection at one point is actually another necklace from Hermes. Now you may remember that I actually talked about this specific necklace. I believe it was in my Christmas wishlist video, which is the so-called Finesse pendant from the brand. And I have been absolutely in love with it. Prior to getting this necklace, I was never able to buy pretty much any necklaces or pendants from Hermes because they were always too short for me to pull off. And then I discovered something called a chain extension, which was just the biggest revelation of 2020, and it has opened up a whole new world. Now I can pretty much buy whatever necklace I want from Hermes. And in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, make sure to have my unboxing of this piece linked up here, so you can go check it out. But I have been absolutely loving this, and this chain extension was truly a game changer for me. And I would love to add another piece to my collection from the brand, maybe something to stack with this. And the piece that I have in mind, which I'm excited to hear your thoughts, I would love to know what you guys think. But I'm actually thinking about buying either another one of this exact same necklace and then stacking them on top of one another, or maybe buying this same necklace in a different colorway. And the one that I had in mind was actually the one in rose gold, so it would have the same base as this one, but with white diamonds. I think that could be quite a cool look. Now, I haven't had a chance to actually try it on in store and see what they would look like together. Maybe when I see them side by side on top of one another, I realize that it just looks silly and it would be an absolute waste of money. I don't know, but there's a chance that they look incredible together, and I'm hoping that that's the case. But we'll see when I go and have a look at them in person. So do let me know what you guys would think. But another Finesse necklace is absolutely on my radar. Item number 3 on my wish list is again a piece from Hermes, and then I promise the next one will be from a different brand. But another thing that I would love to pick up from Hermes this year is a more casual and sort of effortless bag. I only really have 2 bags from Hermes that are more on the simple side. One of them is the Picotin, and then the other one is the Her bag, both of which I absolutely love and would highly recommend. But I would love to buy something that is even smaller than my small Picotin, something that I can just throw on, be on the go, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Now, 2 bags that I am thinking about, I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for. One of them is the Evelyn 16, which is the so-called Evelyn TPM or the Mini Evelyn. There are so many names out there for it, but it's officially called the Evelyn 16, which I recently shared my thoughts on, so I'll make sure to have that video linked down below, because it's actually a bag that a lot of people immediately go to when they first start buying into Hermes. But for me, it wasn't the case. For the longest time, I didn't really understand why people love it and why people would opt for this bag when it is a little bit overdone at this point. But I have completely come around, and I can absolutely see why people would just lust after this bag for the longest time. So the Evelyn TPM or the Evelyn 16 is one bag that I'm thinking about. And then the other one is a newer launch from Hermes, which I have been seeing around, especially on their website. And surprisingly, it's very popular because it never stays. As soon as it pops up on the website, it's there for a couple of hours, and then it's sold out, and it takes a couple of days for it to come back. And it is the so-called in-the-loop belt bag, which when I first saw this bag, I wasn't a big fan. I quite honestly thought that it was something inspired by Gucci. Definitely reminds me of a belt bag Gucci would launch. But the more I look at it, the more I fall in love with it, especially because it features the Chanel motif from Hermes, which is one of my favorite emblems from the brand. It's something that I absolutely admire, and I love the fact that they are including it on more and more pieces. And this bag specifically is inspired by the Chanel print. It has the Chanel motif sort of embroidered into the front as well as the back of the bag. And I love the fact that it looks extremely soft and padded. I think it's just a really nice detail. It has this oval shape to it, obviously because of the Chanel. And I have a sneaking suspicion it has something to do with the fact that this is the exact same shape as the horse race tracks. And horse riding is obviously a huge part of Hermes' heritage. And it's a really simple pouch bag that features a zip on top and then a little card holder on the inside. And then on the back of the bag, it's equipped with this really interesting mechanism that should allow you to attach a strap that comes with the bag actually to attach that and make it into a belt bag or even a crossbody bag, they say. Or obviously you can completely remove it and just use the pouch on its own. One thing that I will have to make sure to check in the boutique if I get a chance to see it is that the strap that it comes with is long enough for me to put it crossbody. Because if I can make it work as a crossbody bag, I have a feeling that this would become the most used bag in my collection. I actually have a similar bag from Chanel which was sold as a belt bag. I would never wear it around my hips or around my waist, but as a crossbody bag it's absolutely incredible. And I don't use it as often as I should, but whenever I take it out, I'm reminded of how truly functional it is. And the next Hermes bag that I buy, I want it to be the same way. I want it to be easy, effortless, but safe and also flattering. It's also really important for me to buy a bag that's not only functional, but also flattering. And if it is, I think the In the Loop bag has to be the next piece that's being added to my collection. And if it's not, I might have to do an Evelyn unboxing in the next couple of months. One thing I didn't mention, but at this point I think it's needless to say, that if I bought the Evelyn or the In the Loop bag, I would buy them in black. And while we are on the topic of black, the next piece that I'm hoping I'll be able to track down finally in 2021 is a plain, really traditional black Chanel tweed jacket or blazer in a shape that actually suits my frame, because it's a piece that I have been looking for I don't even know, 5-6 years at this point, maybe even longer than that. I think it was about 6 years ago that I first asked the person I was working with at Chanel back in New York to keep an eye out for me on just a simple black Chanel jacket in a structure that would really suit me. And obviously Chanel each year has a different take on the black jacket. But for the past seasons, there was always something about their jackets that stopped me from buying them. They were either too tapered or too cropped, they were too ornate or had some sort of pearlized detail on them. Some of them were metallic, some of them had, I don't know, some feature to them that just I didn't feel suited me, or they didn't go up to the size that I would have needed them in. And the other thing about Chanel jackets, and the main reason why I'm not even sure if I got a call from Chanel tomorrow saying that your perfect dream jacket is in, that would I think stop me from buying them is the price. A Chanel jacket at this point is I think between $8,000 and $10,000, which to me is just insane. I think Chanel is completely out of touch with what their value is and where they're at when it comes to the perception of the brand. For them to charge nearly $10,000 for a jacket that's not even made of leather, to me is just mind-blowing. So I don't know to be honest with you. If I got a call tomorrow that, hey, your jacket is in, the jacket that you've been waiting for, I don't know if I could justify buying a jacket for that kind of money when I know that I could go to Hermes and get a deerskin jacket that is just as classic, that is just as timeless for the same amount of money. And yes, I know a Chanel jacket is timeless and I would get a lot of use out of it. But for that money, I'm not sure if I could justify buying it. And that's exactly why I have been toying with the idea of actually picking it up pre-loved. Now, I don't think I've ever purchased anything secondhand, not because I think there's anything wrong with it. I actually think it's an amazing way to find some unique pieces. I just haven't had a chance to do so. But I have a feeling this would be an amazing piece to start with. And I'm excited to take you guys along on this journey of exploring the pre-loved market. I do hope that we'll find some unique, incredible pieces at great prices. I have been looking here and there, but I definitely have to do some more thorough research. But based on what I've seen, obviously at the end of the day, it's still a Chanel jacket, which is a timeless piece. So it's by no means going to be inexpensive. But based on what I've seen, pieces in good condition, ones that or the kind of aesthetic that I'm looking for, or still about 50% less expensive than how much they would be if you got them directly from the boutique. And I'm actually really excited to go on this hunt and track down the perfect Chanel jacket, and even more excited to take you guys along. And hopefully by mid-2021, I'll have not only my very first Chanel jacket, but also the very first piece that I picked up pre-loved. And of course, I couldn't end this video without talking about my main wishlist item from Hermes for 2021, which is actually a piece that's been on my wishlist for years at this point, but it was never kind of prioritized. There were always other bags that I wanted more than this one, but I think it's time that I focus on this, which is the Kelly Pochette. It's a bag that's quite similar to the Mini Kelly in some ways and very different in others. The reason why I would love to add it to my collection is because I think it would have a very different look and feel to it than my Mini Kellys. Obviously, a lot of people compare them, but I find the Kelly Pochette to have a much more casual look and feel to it. I'm not sure if it's because it's considerably larger than the Mini Kelly, or it's because it's not as structured, it doesn't feature the structured iconic top handle or the shoulder strap, but there is just something effortless about the Kelly Pochette, so I would love to focus on getting the bag this year. And another reason that has just occurred to me that might have contributed to the fact that I was never really eager to buy the Pochette is the fact that it hasn't been around in my preferred leather, which is Epsom, for at least a couple of years. As far as I can remember, for the past few years, it's mainly been offered in either Swift or an exotic skin, mainly alligator or ostrich. And the Pochette is definitely not a bag that I would like in exotic skin. I don't think it just goes with the overall look of the bag. And Swift is not really a leather that I enjoy. It has to be one of my least favorite leathers from Hermes. But because this is the only option, I think I could come to terms with Swift when it comes to this bag. Or maybe if I have a chance to place another special order, I could absolutely see myself ordering a Kelly Pochette. So we'll see, but it's definitely a bag that has been on my mind. And this pretty much concludes my wish list for 2021. But before I let you guys go, I would like to announce the winner of my Hermes giveaway, which I have right in front of me. I picked the winner earlier. And the winner of my Hermes giveaway is Christophe. So Christophe, congratulations. And thank you to everyone who participated. I really appreciate every single one of you. And I'm sorry there could only be one winner, but don't worry, there will be plenty more giveaways to come. And Christophe, congratulations to you. Please be sure to reach out to me. I put the date down here by January 20th, so I can make sure to have everything shipped out to you. Make sure to have my email address in the info box where you can get in touch with me. And again, a big thank you to everyone who participated. And Christophe, congratulations. And this concludes today's video. I would love to know what you guys think about my wish list, what pieces you are hoping to track down in 2021. Do let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here and I hope to see you in the next one.